Okay, so yesterday we talked about significant figures. We talked about that all non-zero numbers are significant. Then zeros that are leading are non-significant. Tracked zeros are significant. And then trailing zeros after a decimal are significant. But if they do not come after a decimal, then they are not significant. So what we want to do is we want to look at this in mathematical operations. So there are two different rules here. So if you are multiplying or dividing, your number of sig figs is the same as your least precise measurement. So you are only as strong as your weakest link. If you have a instrument that measures up to 10 significant figures, and then you are using an instrument that only measures up to 2 significant figures, and you multiply those together, well, our answer is only going to go to 2 sig figs. Okay? So here is an example, 4.56, and that has how many significant figures? 3. So we have 3 significant figures, and then we have 1.4 that has 2 significant figures. When I multiply those two numbers in the calculator, I get 6.38. My answer needs to be to the least precise measurement, which is going to be 2 significant figures. So what we need to do is we're going to have to round this. The 8 rounds my 3 up, and our final answer is going to be 6.4. Okay? I leave all my rounding until the very end of my operation. So I do all my math and stuff, and then at the very end I do my rounding. Now, if you were to do this answer and you didn't round and your answer ended up to be 6.5, you're still correct. I'm not going to take that point off because it's not exactly like my number. Because people round differently, we're all going to have different numbers. But as long as you're within a certain percentage to my answer, you're going to be correct.
So we only have 2 sig figs right here?
Mm-hmm. Now, when we talk about addition and subtraction, the number of sig figs is the same as the number of decimals in your least precise measurement. So multiplication and division goes on sig figs. When we're talking about addition and subtraction, it is based on decimal places, your least amount of decimal places. So here we've added 12.11 plus 18.0 plus 1.013. We add all those together and we get 31.123. Here we go, 2 decimal places. This one's 1 decimal place and this one's 3 decimal places. So our answer has to go how many decimal places? 1. So our answer needs to be 31.1. Now, if this would have been 18, not 18.0, if it would have just been 18, our answer would not have any decimal places. And our answer would just be 31. Okay? Any questions over that? You guys need a minute to get that down? Everybody good? Now, what if we had a problem, say that was, I'm going to write it over here, 3 plus 4 parentheses divided by 6 plus 12 divided by 19.43. So we've got all these little operations going on in there, right? So we're going to go by the order of operations. Our last operation dictates what our answer is going to be in. Okay? So what's my last operation here? Addition. So that means we're going to go by what in our answer? Decimal places. Okay? So order of operations is going to tell you what your answer is going to be in.
Wait, why would we do decimal places?
Because our last order of operation was addition.
Okay.
So last order of operation is going to
I see.
tell us what we're going to do.
So, in that one you just did, the 31.1,
Uh-huh.
how many sig figs do we have in that?
It has 3 sig figs, but we're going by decimal places. Our answer goes by decimal places.
Okay. So we have 3?
3 sig figs,
Okay.
but we only go 1 decimal place.
Okay.
Okay? All right. Now, why'd that happen? All right, so we're going to practice here. Express the answer in the correct number of significant figures. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 questions. We're going to do the first one together. So get your calculators out and let's add these together. So we have 0.0143 plus 91.05 plus 95 plus 243. And my answer is 429.0643. And you don't have to do this every time. I'm just doing this to illustrate. Now, our answer, what kind of operation did we do? Add, subtract, adding. So our answer has to be in what? Decimal places or sig figs? Decimal places. So we need to have how many decimal places in our answer? None. So our answer is going to be 4. Ooh. Okay. 429. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a few minutes and work those problems, and then we'll go over the answers.
Wait, but we do have decimal places.
But we want to go with the least amount of decimal places. So we have one with 3 decimal places, or 4. 2 decimal places,
okay.
none. So we need 0 decimal places in our final answer. So here I have, we have to go 1 decimal place. So my answer should be 88.9 meters. Make sure you put your units on there. We don't like naked numbers around here. The next one, 3.4. We are going sig figs. I need 3 significant figures, so my answer should be 15.5 centimeters squared. Mm-hmm.
But, I thought the following 0 doesn't matter.
The following 0 does matter because it's after a decimal. So there's 3 sig figs in the first number, and then the second number has 5 significant figures. So in this one, we have 4 significant figures, and this one we have 5 significant figures. So our answer needs to have 4 significant figures, so our answer would be 3960. How do I make that 0 significant? I'm going to put a decimal right there. And then my units are going to be meters cubed. Here I have 3 sig figs. Here I have 5 sig figs. I'm dividing, so my answer needs to be in 3 sig figs, so my answer will be 20.0 grams per milliliter. The next one is multiplication, and I have 2 sig figs, 3 sig figs, so my answer needs to be in 2 sig figs, so my answer should be 17 inches squared. And then here we have 4 sig figs dividing 3 sig figs, so my answer needs to be in 3 sig figs, so it is 2.96 grams per milliliter. Are there any questions over that? So that's why I said we'll be continuously working with significant figures, especially operation-wise. Okay.